Virtual presentations are important. It isn't always feasible to target a large audience with a traditional live speech. The key to giving any speech is rehearsal and delivery of your lines, but is held in especially high regard when giving an asynchronous presentation. The aim of this presentation is to give you a better understanding of what an asynchronous presentation is and how to deliver one effectively. I'm going to be explaining the detailed processes that occur in a good demonstration presentation. I will start by explaining the definitions, then move on to the prerequisites, then how to actually give the speech, and finally conclude with abstract information that could be crucial to your success. Asynchronous presentations, as opposed to synchronous presentations, are speeches where the speaker gives his or her information as a recorded message for the audience to experience later. Synchronous presentations are what you would consider to be more traditional speeches, where the speaker is live for a responsive audience. It's important to determine whether or not you would want to give an asynchronous or synchronous presentation. According to Presentations That Matter by Melanie Morgan, Jennifer Hall, and Lindsay B. Anderson, asynchronous presentations are advantageous because they can also be made available for a long time frame. If your content is constantly making new discoveries and is susceptible to being outdated, you might want to consider giving a more traditional approach to your speech. If you're giving a how-to video or training video, then an asynchronous approach will work very well for you. If this is long-term, it's also very cost-efficient. For example, you don't need to have people give the same speech over and over again. Now I'm going to be giving you some prerequisites that are absolutely essential for giving an asynchronous speech. The first very important topic is style. Are you going to show your face? Do you prefer to show just your content to the audience? It's essential to pick how you're going to present. If you are to show your face in a video, consider presenting in a talking head style. On the other hand, you have slide narrated presentations, such as this video, where you narrate what is going on without showing yourself. If you are to make a talking head presentation, consider details such as clothing, light, background, and noise. You obviously wouldn't want a background like this. It's atrocious. Although these factors might not look significant, you could easily lose any rapport you've made with your audience. You could come off as unprofessional or a novice in your field. Let's give your speech now. What do you do? After you give your topic, tell your audience why your topic is important and how exactly it will benefit them. If you can, apply it to their current life situation to appeal to their emotions. For example, you could say something along the lines of, if you're a parent without any prior cooking experience, this video will help you get the basics down. It's also important to know your audience as best as you can. According to writeoutloud.com, it's important that you put yourself in their shoes. Next, give an overview of what's going to happen. The audience will be appreciative of structure to your presentation and will help you become more organized in the long run. I gave you an example of this in the beginning of the PowerPoint when I said that I'm going to be explaining the detailed processes that occur in a good demonstration presentation. Then, go through each step and explain them in the most concise way. After all, it is in your best interest to keep your audience understand. According to 6minutes.com, it is important to keep the series of steps as simple as possible. Unless you want to confuse your audience, don't overload them with information. Keep it simple with a lot of visuals. Keep in mind that delivery is just as, if not even more, important in an asynchronous presentation as a synchronous one. The audience will be expectant of you having practiced your lines, and a mispronunciation or stumbling will hurt you. Make sure you write a manuscript and practice. Lastly, make sure your equipment is the best you can have them. Make sure you have a decent camera if you are to make a talking head video, and a good microphone is very appreciated. Hopefully you put these basics to practice when you give your presentation. Good presentations stem from putting your knowledge to use. Congratulations! You have fully understood the requirements needed for an asynchronous presentation. Good luck.